and welcome to another Hello and welcome to another episode of the Patriot Brothers. I'm your host and Patriot Zachary Smouse, and with me is your Patriot brother Duke Boynton and our guest, Terry Rattle. Here's my thought of the day. It doesn't matter what of the two genders you are, what kind of person you are, what the outer physicality you have, you all matter. I'm sick of this black versus white, Democrat versus Republican, and everything that divides us. We all matter.
We all matter. That's right.
Absolutely, brother.
That's right. Appreciate being here again. And I think Terry's gone beyond guest now. I think he's now host as well. Just talking to him, I love having him on. So
I'm your talking head from Canada.
That's what we need, eh?
Oh, come on, don't start.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, this isn't what it's all about. Come on.
It's not what it's about. Das Boot is about us.
Aye. Jesus.
Love it. Love being here. Yeah. And like, share, subscribe, everybody. Do it. The one thing that I want to bring up before we touch on today's topic, and Zach's actually the one that came up with the topic today, is everybody that joins in on the chat, liking or subscribing or sharing, commenting after, the live thing is over. I appreciate every single one of you. This is not just a pod with us talking to each other. This is a pod talking to you guys as well. And we're not going to talk down to you because you come to us. There's been many of folks that's come out and said, hey, look, what about this or this and this? And we're like, yeah, we're going to definitely throw that in there because we're going to talk about it. So we appreciate you guys. We love you. And, bring it on loud and clear, and we'll put you on as well.
Yeah, bring them on the pod.
Bring them on the pod. Yeah. Bring them on, eh?
Send your info to Z-Dub. He'll fire you the link. I think how many people can we have on here? Like 10, I think, at a time?
Yeah, I think about 10 max we could.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? That's what it's about, getting the voices heard.
That's right.
It's the community, man. It's our world we're living in nowadays, and everybody's being silent because we're not being agreed with. So we're not going to silence you. We're going to put you on.
Yeah.
Zach, you want to go off on your tangent here? I want everybody to hear this.
Quickly, people, please check the ticker below.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. New to Patreon.
Yep.
I just think it's ridiculous that the Black Lives Matter group is getting a nomination.
That's right. You left out an important detail there, Zach, and I'm going to fill them in so you don't have to type it. So Black Lives Matter got nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. A Nobel Peace Prize. That's like me nominating Stone Cold Steve Austin to go join the Peace Corps. How does this happen?
My question, like, is it it's a movement, but is it a group? Like, is there a specific person that's going to get, the black guys that I work with or deal with at work, are they going to get letters or invitations to Sweden? Or
Right.
like who get for the, or you know, like a Zoom call with the Nobel Committee or whatever it's called.
Right. I mean, I'm sorry, but in order for you to get a peace prize, you have to demonstrate peace. And BLM does not demonstrate peace. I don't care who it is within the BLM community. None of them have demonstrated peace. They burn down cities. They burn down Washington, D.C. They burn down Seattle. They don't burn down Portland. They burn down Oakland. How is that even recognizable as a peace? Where, please, somebody, if you're out there, tell me how is their actions deserving of a peace prize? I don't get it. It's ludicrous, and it's and things that made me go.
Well, to me, like, I take a little bit more of a, like I said, to me, it's like the Nobel Peace Prize, you know, like Gandhi won the Peace Prize, Nobel Peace Prize. They gave it, he was a man, like somebody that they could physically give this award to, right?
Right.
Who do they give this award to?
Right. AOC.
I just I don't get it. Like, it should be like if it's a committee, or like if it's more than one person, it still has to be a committee of people. Like,
right.
you have to name somebody,
right?
You know,
one individual
or a group, even a group, right? But just like like I said, who are you going to give it to? Like,
things that make you say, Go ahead, Zach.
Go ahead, brother.
You know, it just makes me feel sick because this group is the most racist and destructive group that I have ever seen.
Can't argue with that. Yeah, I mean, they've made it a point to destroy anything that is in their way. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's a bullshit matter, and I'm going to call it, you know, if it talks like a duck and it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it must be BLM, right? I mean, so that it just this is one of those things that I'm going to tell you right now, and a lot of folks won't like to hear this, but BLM, Antifa are terrorist organizations. So let's go. So since they're, you know, this group, this committee that's open to giving this Nobel Peace Prize out to these folks, let's go ahead and give one to ISIS as well, because, you know, they stand for peace. Well, let's go ahead and give some to, let's give it to Al Qaeda as well. Yeah. Let's give it to Al Qaeda as well, because they stand for peace.
Are they even still around?
I don't know. Sounded good at the time when I said it. It was just, you know, I'm so frustrated at this thing. The world has turned upside down. What's good for the gander is good for the goose. You know, Jay Biz, thank you. Agreed. I'm sickened, absolutely sickened by this act for the Nobel Peace Prize. They absolutely have no credit in my opinion, never will they again. It doesn't mean anything now because of what they've done. And Megan, you're jumping in. I'm surprised that it isn't going to George Floyd. Wow.
Why not?
Wow.
Like, if it's going to go to somebody, if it's really
that
going to go to somebody, why not him?
What a profound and awesome statement, Megan. And he was the main event that started the movement, right? Just saying. But you're right. You know, it's so frustrating. And I'm not one of the ones that gets lost of words very easy. But this is something that has my blood boiling right now. And it's absolutely sickening. It's disgusting. It is evil through and through. I mean, this is like giving the devil his due. Nobody gives the devil his due. You know? And so now we're giving the devil his due. How and why? I don't have an answer for this one.
Well, who?
Right.
You could ask, what is it? The five W's of reporting, like who, what, when, why, where, how,
and then the H. Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. It doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's so many unknowns behind this. And why do people, in my opinion, in my professional and humble opinion, why would people look at organizations that burn down mom and pop shops as being peaceful? What part of any group out there would say, you own a pancake shop and it got burnt down, but they did it because they're peaceful? Common sense is not that common anymore, and it's driving me up the wall because I don't see the common sense anymore. I'm sure. What does a common sense dude do?
Why was I talking to one of our brothers? You know who he is. I don't want to name him because we don't have his permission. You both know who he is. Why did he have to roll around his hometown, his home neighborhood, armed, and trying to keep his neighborhood from getting smashed and burned?
I'm kind of glad you brought that up, Terry. I'll reach out to him and I'll have him come on eventually and he can answer that question for you.
Because I guarantee you, everybody would love to hear the conversation you guys had. I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago.
It's about 3 weeks ago.
That night. Yeah. I remember it.
Yep. And it's one of those.
Everybody needs to hear a conversation like that.
It's a mutual understanding. For folks that don't know, our friends from Philadelphia. So that's about the most that we'll say about it.
Yeah.
And him and I, we do not see eye to eye on politics, but we see eye to eye on common sense. And
absolutely.
We'll put it out there to him. Like I said, Terry, we'll get a hold of him. I'll try to get him to jump on so that way he could give his side and let you know all you guys know why he's going through his town, protecting those businesses down there. And I'll let you know right now, it's not armed. It's not white supremacist. Okay. I know the liberal media right now wants everybody to believe that the white supremacists, the neo-Nazis, are the ones that are creating these problems. In the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, not the case.
Stone Cold. Stay on track, dude. Stay on track.
I'm sorry. I could go off on this tangent. This is one of those ones that gets my blood boiling. It's like, people are watching. J-Biz coming in. Yeah, but the problem is now our government will consider your friend the terrorist and not the people burning things down. J-Biz, let me ask you a question. Is common sense that common anymore? Okay, I agree with your statement. Everything's turned upside down. I have an off the record answer for this, but I don't know what to do. You know, I don't understand why what used to be black and white with no gray in the middle was just black and white. And I'm not talking race. I'm talking the sky is blue, it's blue. If the grass is green, it's green, right? Scott, good evening,
Hey,
brother.
Scott.
Thanks for jumping on, bud. I don't understand the whole media premise behind everything out there being blamed on one group of people, and the other group of people that were doing 100% worse than what anything that anybody on our side did is now given a nomination for a Peace Prize. Come on. Yeah, not all, but good is bad and bad is good. See, where on earth we're being silenced?
I've had to live with
right.
Justin Trudeau for 5 years, J Biz. Come on.
Right. Yeah, well, and now we got Biden.
Yeah, well, I had Trudeau in Ottawa, and I had frickin' the New Democrats and Rachel Motley in Edmonton. Oh.
Same thing, huh?
At least now, hey, we're blue again. Everybody realized that, you know, yeah, the economy is important. And
sure.
Paying for people not to work is not really important.
Yeah.
Like
paying people not to work.
Getting people jobs is important. Paying them not to work, it doesn't work for an economy.
And again, this could be another pod, and I could go off on a whole hour tangent on this. Is when we went on lockdown the first time through and people lost their jobs and the government came in, $300 a week from the feds on top of your unemployment. When the jobs became available to those employees, they didn't want to go back to work because they were getting more money from the government.
Yeah.
There it is. It's the upside down world. I mean, it's kind of like Stranger. If you guys have ever watched Netflix and Stranger Things, Jaden, if you're watching, you'll get this. This is the upside down world of what it used to be. Things ain't what it used to be. We're upside down.
I got guys coming into work saying, like, do you know, like guys like trying to drive trucks.
Right.
It's like I can't find guys that want to work 10 hours a day.
Yeah, it's the upside down world, Terry.
They just want to stay home.
And JB, I read your comment there. I was saying not at all to having common sense on their behalf, and I agree. Thank you. I appreciate you coming in with that. What coming to you guys out there, you know, in the interwebs, as this old guys would say, what's a good common solution to stop this madness? You know, how do we as folks, especially here in America, Terry, no offense to you, buddy, how do we stop the Nobel Peace Prize going to an organization that burns down buildings? You know, what can we do as Americans? People will call your representative. I've done that so many times. You know, and Scott coming in, I could tell you what is going on, but I would have to come on. Scott,
come on, bro.
The invites out there to you, bud. Get a hold of Zach, okay? He'll get you on, man, and we would love to hear you say what you got to say, dude. And I know
absolutely
putting up on a screen on text is one thing, but coming in there and giving your voice, do it, bro. I double dog dare you. It's kind of like the Christmas story. Dare. I went right to the double dog dare. Just don't stick your tongue to a cold pole.
Yeah, if you need that's what I was just gonna say. If you need a frozen pole, there's one like right outside my front yard.
I would do it. Triple dog dare me. I'm putting my tongue on a frozen pole, okay? But Scott, come on in, buddy.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, the only thing that we can do, and Jabez, thank you again, is not give the Nobel Peace Prize to anyone with respect.
Any more respect. Because
right, but herein lies the problem.
Well, what does it mean? Because like I said, who are you giving it to?
The problem is that nobody that will come on this pod, talk on this pod, we have absolutely no power of where that Nobel Peace Prize goes to. These are the hierarchies, the folks that I call the puppet masters, the guys on the strings, You know, it's so frustrating. It's frustrating. It's like beer fest. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Zach, you got something, buddy?
Oh, well, he's thinking.
He's thinking about it. Zach, you go ahead and type. We're going to talk. But I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but the hell do we do?
I don't know who else is up for the Nobel Peace Prize, though. They're just nominated, right?
Yeah, but if you really want to go back in time, 2 days on the job, Barack Obama got it. That was before he bombed Syria or whoever it was. Well, we're going to give you the Nobel Peace Prize, and 2 days later, he goes and bombs one of those Middle East countries. That's why Donald Trump came out and said, I was the only president over the last umpteen million years that didn't get us into another war conflict. Thank you, Jay Biz. We are in a bad situation. But you know what? We're here together. We're here together. And we could voice our opinions. And until they actually silence us, and I say they, big tech, the Twitters. Oh, by the way, thinking of silence, Steven Crowder from Louder with Chowder has a gigantic lawsuit coming up against Facebook. And it's going to be huge when this thing is over.
Oh no, it was published 2 days ago. And I'm going to just kind of, actually, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up there. Because it's just, I'm going to try and get my phone. I hope you guys can see this headline.
Let's dump the Nobel Peace Prize with a roll call of winners featuring terrorists, warmongers. It's lost all of its credibility. I didn't know that existed. And that's almost verbatim what I just said. Scott, you're really part of that lawsuit? Yes. Big round of applause to you, Scott. Go get him. Get him.
Yeah.
Take him down. But wow, Terry, that was...
that was just a quick Google search on Nobel Peace Prize.
Wow. Yeah, J-Biz, that was perfect. Terry, that was perfect. That was awesome. We were just discussing that. I had no clue that was up there. Again, I want everybody to use Google as their search site, because when you come across stuff like this, it's on the liberals for not taking it down.
I am going to share that article with Zach right now.
Nice.
So he can do what he needs to do with it.
Right. We wish you the best too, Scott. We hope that works out. I'm a big fan of Steven Crowder, Louder with Chowder. Call him Chowder. Chowder with Crowder. Great guy. Does absolutely everything he can to even the playing field. And that's what he's doing now. And so I encourage everybody to just go to louderwithcrowder.com. You can go see everything I'm talking about. He has it all up on his website. But yeah, Facebook has a good big ass lawsuit against him right now. So good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to read that article myself too.
Yeah, send that off to me as well, Terry. And maybe, with that article there, Zach could probably put that in the comment section below here on YouTube at least, so other people could check that out too. Make it a quick and easy. That was quick. Go ahead, Zach.
I'm sorry, but if Black lives really did matter, they would vote to help their community improve. They would need to be helping their parenting stick together.
That's right. Family first, family first. But you know, I mentioned this on a couple pods before, and I'm going to mention it now. Lyndon B. Johnson, back during his presidency, came out and said, "I'm going to have all these N-words, voting Democrat for the next 200 years." And how on earth would you, if you're black, would you appreciate being called the N-word by the then president? And now we're having stuff come out that Joe Biden in the Congress halls willy-nilly used the word, the N-word.
I even read that up
You
here.
know?
You know, that
Yeah,
that even kind of made the, you know,
yeah.
I'm on Twitter and stuff.
Right.
You know, so I get it a little bit. There we
I know,
go.
but I don't understand. But again, you know, I'll circle this bandwagon right now and say this is 100% on the media. If they did their job and they just did journalistic duties and report, and back in the day, I'm going to tell you now, back in the day, they used to do that. Okay. They're not doing it now. They're biased towards one group of people, and that's the Democratic Party.
One or another. Like, I don't even, like, the media needs to be like the Swiss, just neutral. We'll take all your money. We won't tell you who gave it to us. We'll tell anybody who gave it to us.
Right.
And we're just going to stay, but just stay neutral.
That was their job to begin with. Just report the effing news.
That's it.
Is it that hard?
That's it. State the facts.
Billy Bob burned down his trailer by lighting a cattail on fire. Believe it or not, that was a story back in the 80s. Okay, nowadays it will be unknown fire for unknown reason because there was an unknown they don't give the facts. They don't want to give especially now, oh, heaven forbid if they did that Hunter Biden story. Oh God, the facts that are out there. No. Why? They want to cover for them to make their side look good. You know, I'm sorry, during that election, when I went to bed, and this was Biden and Trump, I knew Trump had it. Somewhere in the back of my head, I heard execute order 66. And the media executed order 66. And for you Star Wars fans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, there was a problem with the media, still is a problem, and
I'm good, Scott. How are you?
Nice. Zach's always good. He's always got a happy face. I'll be down one day and be like, Zach, man, I'm just down, man. He's like, brother, don't even worry about it. I got you. What do you want to talk about? So that's the type of man Zach is.
Hey, he's done more for me than I can ever do for him.
Amen to that. Yeah. Zach's good people. But so are you, Terry. Don't cut yourself short.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
okay.
are. You know you are.
Duke, I bought you a t-shirt. Come on.
I know. and my granddaughter a blanket. So your heart's up there too, buddy. Don't cut yourself short. We've all done a lot of good for each other. And now
gotta give credit for the blankie and the toque to Mom.
That's right. Mom did it.
Handmade.
And she still uses it to this day.
Nice.
Still fits her great. Yeah, I just, I don't know, man. Zach and I are on the same boat. We want to see America be what America was supposed to be. But since everything is upside down and bass backwards, Scott, I'm going to hold you to it.
12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Saturday. Right?
Saturday.
Yeah. 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yep. We normally do
he's Minnesota.
Sometimes he's Minnesota.
Well, he's a Vikings fan. I know that.
Right. Which they'll probably end up banning that Vikings name like they did the Redskins.
The Edmonton football team had to do that too. If any of you remember Warren Moon, he played for them and won a bunch of championships.
Was that the Oilers?
He went to the Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers were winning championships. Like the hockey team was winning championships at the same time. Right. But yeah, Warren Moon was torching the CFL with the Edmonton Eskimos. They were called at the time.
But they had to nix the name.
After Washington did, I think they were kind of holding on until Washington nixed the Redskins. There was a lot of pressure. Cleveland had to take Chief Wahoo out. Right.
Yeah, well, all the MSM, they're owned by 6 organizations. And you're right. And that's that big tech that we're talking about, J-Biz. Absolutely. I mean, even Fox News. I don't know.
They're all, you got, honestly, the best way is, and people might think they're crackpots, but they're guys like us. People might think I'm a crackpot.
Right.
But I look for guys who tell the truth, and you still, even then, you have to sift through it.
Right. Well, and you have folks like Jesse the Body Ventura. Yeah, I was the governor of Minnesota. Yeah, but I'm going to go off the grid right now, and nobody can find me. But I found over 2 trillion caskets in Georgia. But he was labeled. He was labeled as security. He was labeled a conspiracy theorist, right?
Well,
Alex
that
Jones
was part of the title of his show.
Conspiracy theory.
Oh.
But in the same token, though, now that if we disagree with anybody, we're now conspiracy theorists, and we're not to be listened to. Matter of fact, we're to be blackballed. And Zach, put up the other one, would you? I'm sorry, J-Biz, we'll get to you here in a second. Zach's going through these real quick for me. You should check out a song by Tom McDonald called Fake Woke Hip Hop Artist, 3.2 million views. Scott, we'll check that out for sure, brother. Go ahead and bring up J-Biz there, guy. Yeah, but I'd rather hear you guys all day over all of them.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you,
J-Biz.
She might have erased that because I was almost going to go off on a Jesse the Body like imitation binge.
I back in the day, man.
Duke, don't get me started, man.
You want to
put you in a body-to-body suplex. Okay, come on.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm called Jesse the Body. We could go off on this. Yeah, J-Biz, you're right. I'm going to start calling us conspiracy terrorists. Half of it's already done. They've already called us a domestic terrorist.
Now it's but it's international too.
Yeah, it's international. Terry, it's reaching worldwide.
Hey, you know what? I've got 2 slingshots and a 5-iron. That's what I defend my house with. God damn it!
All I got are my 24-inch pythons, brother.
Hey, don't need a license for these guns.
As Opal would say, these are lethal weapons.
Well, no, I think I don't know if you have to do it there in Canada. If you get a black belt, you have to register your hands.
You have to here as well. You have to register it, and you will become a lethal weapon. What's up, Zach? What you got, buddy?
I'm just tired of this separation that left and the media is creating.
Yeah, but there's nothing that we could do about it, dude, unless we go and actually buy up every single one of the media outlets. There lies the problem. That's what we're doing right now. But CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, C-SPAN, for crying out loud, that the Mexican one, I can't remember the name of it, Univision.
Even Reuters.
That was the show on Netflix.
Even Reuters, bro.
I mean, every single media outlet out there is bought and paid for. I mean, if you look up George Soros and how much of the media outlets he owns, and he's the biggest freaking liberal out there, man, there is no gigantic public platform for the conservatives to talk on. It used to be Fox News, but that shit hit the fan a long time ago. It's not happening anymore. You know, Murdoch's gone, so are our voice there. And wrestlers have a podcast called Conspiracy Horsemen. Don't get me started on the Four Horsemen. I used to like WCW.
Oh no! Come on,
I
Scott.
could go there. Scott, you're going to get along good with us, man. You at least get on one of our Zooms with us, and you're going to see how we are after these podcasts. Is freaking ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways, I mean, we just don't have that voice, the big voice in liberal media. Okay, Uber guy is a great voice, but he is not the biggest voice out there. Okay, Steven Crowder, Louder with Crowder. Even though he has like 5 some odd million followers, at any given time, he only has like maybe 25 to 75,000 views at a time. I mean, that's a lot. That's no kidding. But since America has like, and you put Canada in there, there's almost 500 million people that are going to be watching something. They're going to watch what's on their cable box and on their regular news channel. You know, their old grandma's not going to be turned on to a Facebook, YouTube channel called the Patriot Brothers. You know, so we have to be able to, I think we start holding the media's feet to the fire. And when you see an article written that is bad, or you see an actual news post that's bad, bombard their phones and say, you know, that's fake news.
Dislike it. Yeah, at least dislike it.
Right? You made us null and void on Twitter and Facebook because you called us fake news, but you're going to spread it. No, put their feet to the fire. Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. I have no answer for this one. It's ridiculous. It's like V is for Vendetta all over again.
Hey, well, first of all, Duke, me and you are old, so
Yeah.
we stumble around on Twitter like blind men without a cane, right?
Well, used to.
So,
I deleted Twitter. My Twitter account's 100% gone.
Well, you know what I'm using that as an example, right? Like,
right.
You know, like at work. Oh, can you make a spreadsheet? I'm like, okay, great.
Sure. Excel's your best friend.
Hey, that might be an idea.
Trump and now Jabez.
Well, he won't get banned from it.
But here's the problem, though, Jabez, and I'm going to tell you now. Trump was already beating that around before he was banned off of Twitter, and that came from his own camp. However, I'm going to use the exact same example as Parler. Okay, he will have to use a platform to build his own Trump platform that doesn't include any of the big techs. He will have to go to the interwebs, as old people say, and start his own search bar, kind of like Bing, Google, DuckDuckGo, I think is one.
Yeah.
He would have to start up his own type Google, build his platform, have his platform approved on all phones, not only just Apple and iPhone, but we're talking like Google Pixels, the shady ones that
Huawei is a big one here.
Right, yeah.
There, but
then they have to approve that, but those phone companies won't do that. So you're back to just having to go off of his platform on your laptop or computer. And even then, that computer is owned by Microsoft or Apple. And so they'll have that right to say, we're not going to, give them a function here. And it's kind of a dog eat dog world right now. And until Steven Crowder wins this Facebook lawsuit, I'm going to tell you, if he wins that, it's going to go downhill for those big tech guys. And it is, Jabez, it's a lot harder than we think. I've actually put a lot of thought into it, and it's a domino effect. Okay. It starts with one domino, and then once the rest get knocked down, the rest will follow, and hopefully, cross our fingers, our First Amendment will still stand. I just, even if people want to say ugly stuff, fine, say ugly stuff, but you're held accountable for your words. And that's your grave. You dig it. Whatever.
Well, if
Scott, for real, you're going to sue Apple over Parler? I love it. Man, I'd jump on board with that one, except I have Samsung. So, but Samsung did the same thing to me. I don't know. I mean, there's so many things that we could, maybe we should. It's just, it's one of those ones where I guess just like I told Zach one time, let go and let God. You know, sometimes that's just the best thing a person can do.
I had a good one and I just lost it, man. Shit. Sorry, guy. It seemed like a good one in my head.
Hey, Terry.
Hey.
Pen and paper. These little things come in real handy even during a live stream.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Mine's
have any
clean.
quotes.
Mine's clean right now because I haven't had to write anything down, but there's been times where I had to jot stuff down.
Well, yeah, I think it was, maybe it was about, like, the guy, like, the CEO of Parler actually worked for AWS before he founded Parler.
Gotcha.
And now
it's for you, Jay-Biz.
The other day, Bezos steps down. He's still going to be,
still with Amazon.
He's still gonna take a huge paycheck from him. Yep. But the head of AWS is now going to be taking his spot. Look at C-Dub. Come on. You didn't know that, Zach? Yeah, the guy, the head guy from AWS is going to be taking Bezos' spot.
And for anybody that doesn't know, AWS is Amazon Web Services. So again, big tech.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, he might say, oh, he might not know. I can't remember the Parler guy's name, but he might not know him that well. But I guarantee you, he knows quite a bit about him. He worked there for, I can't remember how many years. But even if he worked there for 3 months, they pretty much know everything about him.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? So
I don't know, man.
That, to me, is that, you know, I'm looking at it from, like, a way different viewpoint.
Jeff Bezos is in a video game. I thought, Scott, I thought that was our Tesla buddy. I thought that was Elon Musk. Yeah, but you're right. He is in a video game. I love Elon Musk. But we could go off on a tangent on all this. But I'm going to circle back around to Zach's initial point about BLM getting this nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. And I want to put this out to everybody that's watching. Leave a comment after, even if you watch this afterwards, and give us one good reason why we should be on board with BLM getting the Nobel Peace Prize. It's a challenge. I challenge all of our listeners to something. Give us one good reason why we should be all like, hey, yeah, you know, they deserve that.
Not even.
Yeah, there you go, Terry. Seems like something fishy is going on.
So, yeah.
But here we are. We're conspiracy terrorists.
Give me one good reason why the Nobel Peace Prize should be, like, we're talking, okay, like, you give the Nobel Peace Prize to Gandhi.
Right.
He was the head of a movement in India.
Right.
So, yes, it was a movement, but
right.
Gandhi was the spearhead of it, right?
Right.
Who's the spearhead of this movement?
Right.
Like,
baby lives matter. Yeah, I know. It's just, I'm telling you, it's an upside down world now. Okay. I just, that's all right. That's what we have this podcast for. We want to come to the community. We want the community to come to us. We're going to get this out in the open, at least for anything, for therapy for all of us. So that way we know we're not the only ones thinking this. You know, I don't care if they call us conspiracy theorists or conspiracy terrorists. I don't care if they call me a domestic terrorist. What we have to do is make our voices known. Everybody has to make their voices known.
Hey, I can't remember what part of the Constitution it is in Canada, but we're exercising our freedom of speech.
That's right.
We have our own opinion.
We're
allowed to express it. We're not inciting violence in any way.
Right.
We're not preaching
at
hate.
All. Except for the media.
Yeah.
I hate the media.
You can only see the tops of them, but you know what I mean.
The double barrel finger, right?
Yeah, I got one in each pocket for you.
Right? Kind of a flock of them too flying around my house.
Yeah.
But we have free speech. You have free speech. You know, the one thing that God gave us was the chance to voice our opinion. You know, there was time that God didn't like the Jews, called them a stiff-necked people, but still gave them the right to talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't. Sorry, guys. I'm going off on this tangent again. We're coming up. We're actually past our 30 to 45 minutes. We're at the 47-minute mark here. So I promise you guys we wouldn't go that long. Here we are. We're going that long. Saturday, we should have a special guest coming on. She's going to talk about the double mask mandate. Well, not really a mandate, but kind of a recommendation that Dr. Fauci has brought aboard and said, you know, maybe 2 masks. She's going to come on. She's going to come on and talk about what her kids have gone through with already the masks in her own school and her expertise with the double mask. And after that one, I believe next Thursday, I got a really cool pod that we're going to talk about, and it may involve UFOs. So hopefully,
yeah, let's go with that, bro.
Yeah, it'll be something different than any of you guys have heard before. And I'm not talking about little green aliens that abduct you at night. We're talking about edict in that last stimulus bill that went through. And well, look it up. So anyways, Terry, Zach, Google. Thank you. Zach, you're Google's your best friend. I hate saying that.
But hey, I personally feel responsible for the pod going over because I brought up that one Google article.
No, it's fine, Terry.
But still, all I did was Google. Quick. It took me like 5 seconds, and another 10 seconds, Zach and Duke had it.
And that was
perfect. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. Like, share. Wait a minute. I'm so backwards.
You got to do it backwards, man. Like.
So if I go both hands, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, you'll get it right sooner or later.
No, I won't. All right, brothers. I love you. Everybody that came into the chat. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. I appreciate J-Biz. Thank you for coming in. Everybody that came in. Goodness gracious. Thank you so much. Guys, seriously, I want you to share this video. And if you really feel a presence in you that you want to get on this pod, get a hold of Zach. He has the email address. We'll get you on. All right. It's just a matter of just letting Zach know. And it's really easy. It's a matter of hitting a button and typing in your name and you're live. And you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be ashamed of anything. We don't care how you look. We don't care how you sound. Thank you, Scott. Just come on, tell your voice. We will be having guests come on here periodically. And J-Biz, thank you. She's very, very glad. Everybody's glad what you did, Terry, because you showed everybody how quickly you could find information. And
Yeah.
that one of the things that we have to do, especially nowadays, is the quicker we get the information out there, the better, because it's going to be changed to the narrative of what the media wants us to hear. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised at all if tomorrow that article you showed us, Terry, is taken down from Google. That's how they roll.
Yeah.
But anyways, there we are. We're here. Everybody, thank you for coming in. Zach, thank you. Another great job. Your introduction, beautiful. Coming in. Man, I love you guys, our Patriots.
The producer.
Das producer. Yeah, he does so good.
Dobrze. Bardzo dobrze.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and head on out. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Zach, you are the man. And we'll see you Saturday.
Dobranoc.
So help us God.